Here's part 9 of Invisible Monsters by Chuck Palahniuk. So they hit up one more house, and as they walk in, they notice that there's wedding gifts everywhere. There's so much going on. There's so many people. Is this the right time to check a house? The lady who's showing the house comes up and she's like, "Hello there. I'm Darlene Cottrell, Evie's mother. This house is my daughter's, and she doesn't live here. She prefers to spend her days in the furniture store, thinking her life is an amusement park. But glad you could stop by. Yeah, we can show you the house." So I guess the wedding is tomorrow, while the preparation for the wedding is that day. Brandy immediately was uncomfortable, and she's like, "We can't rob the house right now. There's too many people. We should leave. Just let's go." And Daisy even is like, "Oh fuck, we're at Evie's house. That's her mom. Fuck." And since Brandy's cosmetic surgeries made her look a lot like her sister, Darlene Cottrell's just like, "I never thought about doing modeling. You look a lot like a friend of my daughter's." And then as they were kind of touring around the house, Darlene begins to go on this weird rampage about my daughter Evie is a family disappointment. She started going on and on and on about that fat little thing with fake tits can't get a job, but she'd rather do a modeling thing. I remember when Evie first came up to me and said that he wanted to do modeling. It was just a silly little teenage boy. You see, when Evie, she wants us to call her Evie now, she wanted to transition. He was just a 16-year-old boy, but I was so disappointed that our son was trans. But we realized that transition is a great tax write-off. Brandy was just staring down Mrs. Cottrell like, "Your daughter is she. Evie is she. At least your daughter's happy now in the body that she loves." And Darlene just kept going on and on and on about it. "Ugh, trans, bleh." And Brandy was like, "We should leave. I might bust this bitch's face open." And Daisy's just shell-shocked. She's reevaluating their entire friendship like, how did I not know we were in a dressing room together our entire career? She did have implant scars. What? Evie's the real deal. Evie's a trans woman. And it was just like a moment of woo. Daisy saw a invite for their wedding tomorrow. She snagged one of those and pocketed it, and the mother continues, "We have been trying to find a man that would marry our daughter because she doesn't like to settle down. We have to ship her off to somebody so someone else can take care of her." Evie didn't want to get married. They had to scoop the bottom of the barrel of someone who'd want to marry Evie, and for everything that Evie is. The mother continues, says some pretty gnarly shit, and Brandy's just, "Why I ought." So then of course they had to. Everybody showed up for the wedding the next day. Manus Kelly is now Ellis Island, and there's Brandy Alexander and Daisy St. Patient. So the ceremony is being done in the house itself. And as they're all sitting looking fabulous, Ellis kind of skulks off to do more "I'm hot as shit and I can pull anybody I want" types. And then Daisy's like, still, fuck my best friend. She goes up to Evie's room and begins setting fire to everything. "I'ma burn your house down again, bitch. That's what you get." And before the ceremony could really, begin, Manus had Evie's fiance, soon-to-be husband. They were loudly fucking in the butler's closet, and everyone could hear it. Everybody heard. Daisy comes down the stairs in a flock of smoke, and Brandy's like, "Oh, girlie, you so bad. I see what you're doing up there. This is gonna be fun. You hear them in there?" I put so many laxatives in Ellis's drink. He's going to spew everywhere. While they're loudly doing it, Evie comes in full fury, just red-faced, pissed off. "You boyfriend stealing son of a bitch. chaos. People lose their shit. They don't know what's going on. Evie goes upstairs in the smoke, freaks out. There's fire everywhere. She pulls out the gun again, comes out upstate. It is almost midnight over here. Dress on fire, fire spreading. She's fuming. She comes out as Brandy is still giggling about the laxative, and she's the only one that's left. Wedding guests see the chaos, see the fire, see the gun, and they all take off. Daisy's just standing there like an NPC character, like. So Evie stares down at Brandy, thinking that Brandy is Daisy. It was you. You set another fire, didn't you? Sorry I slept with your boyfriend, but I mean, who hasn't? Cue the loud man moaning noises in the background. You son of a bitch. You were always the most beautiful. Everybody liked you. You were always getting work. I was jealous of you. And then Evie raised the gun at Brandy. Daisy didn't stop it. She's like, this is it? I can finally be an only child. This is the revenge you get for setting fire to my clothes and ruining every single holiday since you died. So be it. This is it. And blammo! Brandy Alexander has been shot, bleeding. And this is where we pick up from part 1. Evie drops the gun. She's crying. Brandy's like, oh, this is the end of Brandy Alexander. Tell me my life. Tell me a story. And then Daisy's hands are covered in blood because she was holding on to Brandy. And Daisy goes over to the wall and begins writing as fire is coming down. And she's writing quickly. Your name is Shane McFarland. You were born 24 years ago. You have a sister 1 year younger. You got the clap from a special contract vice operative, Manus Kelly. Your family kicked you out because they thought you were gay. Your family threw you out. You met 3 drag queens who took you in and helped you get a sex change because you couldn't think of anything worse to do to your body. Then you met me. I am your sister, Shannon McFarland, and you loved me when nobody else did. And on some level, if you didn't know I was your sister, you knew. And you're not going to die. Brandy, looking up, looked at her and said, well, yeah, no shit, I already knew all that. Tell me something I don't know. Girl, you knew? I knew. I knew you were my sister. You had no fucking shit. That's why I found you. I've been feeding Manus Kelly female hormones for the last 8 months. Oh my god, me too. Everyone else loved you more, even after the hairspray incident. I didn't throw away the hairspray can. It wasn't my fault. I know. I did it. I did it to myself. I was so miserable being a normal human child. I did it to myself. Really? Question mark. In the background, Manus and Mason, the fiance, are going at it. Loudly completing the business. And then Manus goes, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say will and can be used against you in the court of law. Arresting the guy. And Daisy continues the final line. I'm the one who shot my own face off. It was me. You did? That I didn't know. And scene. It was at this moment where the seriousness, the tension fell apart. This whole wedding day scene was a setup. Gotcha, Daisy. Shannon thought she was so smart, kind of playing everybody, when in fact the entire cast of the adventures thus far have been playing her to try to get some answers out of her.